Morning guys, happy Monday, welcome back to my channel and welcome to this video. Coming to you live from the sofa with Milo on my lap and Stitchy on the armrest. I'm here in my normal morning spot, about to crack on with some admin. Monday mornings is normally when I write new plans for new starters, joining my fitness team. But the difference with this morning is that I no longer have any HIIT cardio. I didn't do HIIT this morning on the bike. All I did was 50 minutes of LISS on the arc trainer, which was just heaven. Don't get me wrong, it was still hard and my heart rate was above 130 and I was sweating buckets. But what it meant is that I could change my morning routine and I could get back into reading. I used to absolutely love doing cardio in the morning and reading a book. And the books that I'm into are self-help books, business books, personal development books, and I share all of these in my Bex book club. So I've just started a brand new book called Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins, I believe. And it's been recommended to me so many times, but I've not had the opportunity to read it. So I finally started and I am 3 chapters deep and I absolutely love it. You would have seen in the previous clip that I've just had meal 1, which consisted of 2 whole eggs, 1 egg white, and 50 grams of smoked salmon, which was absolutely delicious. And the plan moving forward today, after yesterday's fat load and the previous day's refeed, is to lower my calories leading up to peak week and just have carbs pre and post workout. You would have also seen that I did a little physique update this morning. My weight has dropped down back to 143 pounds after going up to 144.5 yesterday after my refeed on Saturday. But I'm feeling weirdly tighter, fuller, and full of energy. Like, I didn't get much sleep last night at all. Long story short, someone hacked into my business Instagram account and tried to message all my clients and ask for their numbers. So I was up in the middle of the night trying to sort that and change my account, change my passwords, all that kind of thing. But anyway, I only got like 3 hours sleep, but I feel fine. Like, it's really, really weird. And I don't know if it's because the change in foods and the fact that my fats are higher, or whether it's because I am now 11 days out and we're monitoring things so closely that I'm like, I know the end is near and that we're getting close, and maybe mentally that's really helping me. I'm not sure. So anyway, I'm gonna crack on with these new plans and I will pick you guys back up when I get my pre-workout meal. Pre-workout meal is 50 grams of cream of rice, 20 grams of whey stirred in, and 20 grams or 2 squares of dark chocolate. Amazing. Is it a hard life, Milo? It's a hard life being a papa. You've had your breakfast, you've played in the garden, and now you're tired. Mummy has got to go and train. Delts and glutes. Just finished my session. Awesome session. Delts, glutes. It's the exact same workout that I did a voiceover for in the video that I entitled Pressure is Powerful. So really, really awesome session. I managed to get up on my compound shoulder press and up on my sumo deads in the Smith machine, and I'm feeling like really full and really tight. Like, I don't feel flat. I don't know what's going on. My husband's a wizard. I'm rolling with it. But I need to go and get on the road now. I've got a few errands to run on the way home, and then I've got my post-workout meal and my special trip this afternoon, which I mentioned in my previous video. Post-workout meal today consists of 50 grams cream of rice, 50 grams of pineapple, 20 grams of whey blended, and that will conclude my carbs for today. The next 3 meals after this will be chicken and cashew butter, salmon and veg, and my protein mug cake. So I need to eat this up very quickly. I need to go and shower and head on the road.
now what we look here for bone is we look on what we call a T-score. Okay, so if the T-score is minus 2.5, okay, that means you have osteoporosis. Now it is reaching to 2.5, but on the right ribs. But I don't believe this. Okay. And what we have to really look at is the two areas mainly, is the spine, the lumbar spine, and the pelvis. And that's what is more specific actually. So on the spine you are fine, okay? So I wouldn't say that you have osteoporosis. But for a 35-year-old lady, I would expect this bone density to be higher. If you allow me, I would like to offer you to have the decent bone density scan, not the whole body one, which is concentrated in your lumbar spine.
Okay.
For me, this is a much better indicator than this whole body thing.
Okay. And what would be the purpose of that?
Because for me, I'm concerned that you have in the lumbar spine minus 0.4.
Okay.
I would expect that to be a lot more.
Okay.
Okay. So whenever we do this whole body is not as sensitive. Okay, so if it's matching, doing it on its own, because that will be the beam concentrated on that and that's it. Okay, don't need you to pay any more money. I'll offer you the lumbar spine one for free.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, and you can do the other test also, the body scan.
And how would those two compare? How would those two compare, the body scan and this one, with regards to body fat?
Well,
which is more accurate? Which is
well, I think this is more accurate. But the other one is related on like the height and photosensing issues and whatever it is. But let's see. That a lot of sport people use it in clubs and whatever.
So, as a 35-year-old woman, what would you say looking at that in terms of?
Well, we always have a concern about like athlete ladies, okay, because they all have high androgen, less estrogen, okay, and that's why your period is playing funny, okay. And again, it is very important that you check your bone density scan, but I wouldn't expect that to be low. I would expect, because you have androgen as well, which I would expect that to be compensating very well for that. Let's see the proper scan. That comes with a graph and whatever it is, so it's completely different.
And we've got time to do it now?
Yeah. It'll take 10 minutes.
Perfect. Okay. I appreciate that.
That's fine.
Thank you very much.
Nice to
Thank
meet
you.
0.2, 0.5, 6, 11. So overall, it is 0.6. On the other whole body scan, it was reported that minus 0.3. It's not sensitive. That's why I said it is here on this one. It is much more sensitive to have a specific area.
So this is more accurate. And what does this say about my lumbar spine then?
Lumbar spine, you are in the green.
Perfect.
You have a good bone density.
Excellent.
Now, what we worry about when we check bone density scan is the hips and the lumbar spine. We don't care about the rest of the body, because this is the areas, if they are broken,
of course,
they will cause bad consequences. So for us to treat or not to treat is basically just like to check the lumbar spine and the pelvic area.
And both are in the green, and I'm good.
Yeah, you are good. Okay.
Amazing. That's good to know.
And, your fat body content is within normal as a fit person. So
amazing. That's
you're
great to
doing
hear.
well for your body.
Thank you so much. I really
pleasure.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
So my body fat percentage is around 24%, we think, yeah?
Yeah, and that's very good for a fit athlete or fit female, let's
Amazing.
say. Now, if it's exceeded 30, 32, we can talk about like being obese.
Okay.
But people think that, okay, if they have a body fat or 2 or 3 or 5, as this in-body machines show sometime, honestly, this is irrelevant figures, and it cannot be. I mean, anybody have fat, and it should be at least 15%, and that's not healthy even.
No.
So you have to really have it above 20 to 40.
So those people that think that they are 5% body fat on stage is rubbish.
So it's not existent anyway.
Yeah.
And they have to do the test properly. And I think this in-body is not as sensitive as the bone density machine, because it analyzes everything.
Yeah, gives you a more accurate reading. And there you have it, folks. He said that was the most accurate one, the Dexa scan that checks the bone density and everything. And before he left, he literally just put a cross through this in-body one and was like, don't believe a word of this, it's rubbish. Back home now, and that was a really interesting trip. It's something that I've been wanting to do for a very long time for a few reasons. Firstly, I want to know that my body is functioning well, that I'm healthy, and that what I'm putting my body through in terms of training, bodybuilding, competing is not being detrimental to my life expectancy. So I wanted to know, what is my bone density like? Am I at risk of osteoporosis? And I wanted to know what my body fat percentage is. Like, I've never had it tested, and it's something that I get asked all the time. The second reason is that I know so many people think that when you get stage lean, you are sub 10% body fat. And clearly that is not the case. And the misconception comes from those in-body scans, which are completely inaccurate. Dr. Rami said it himself, and he actually drew a line through the paper and was like, you should just tear this up, and told me not to take it away with me. But I said, actually, give it to me because I want to show people and I want to compare it. If I'd gone to a gym and gone on that in-body scan, it would tell me that my body fat percentage is 4.4. I had a Dexa scan, which is the most accurate way of scanning your entire body in terms of bone density, body mass index, body fat, all of that. And it told me I was 24%. That's a big difference. And ultimately, it doesn't matter what your body fat percentage is. I don't know where this has come from on social media that you need to be sub 15, sub 20 to be a competitive bodybuilder or to look good on stage. At the end of the day, the judges don't care what your body fat percentage is. They care what you look like, and they care if you fit the criteria. And this is something that I advocate for all of my clients too. Whether they're a lifestyle client or a prep client, it's not about what that data says unless it's going to be detrimental to your health. It's about what you look like and how you feel. So whilst I am tracking my scale weight, and I want to see if it's dropping in terms of water retention dropping off and, you know, my body fat gradually coming down and me getting leaner, I want to see more detail in my legs. I want to see more definition in my body. And that's what bodybuilding is all about. It's about bringing a physique that has that overall symmetry, that you meet the criteria, and that you are the level of leanness that is expected for that criteria. So that was really interesting. I'm most happy that he said that for a 35-year-old athlete, I'm really healthy and that my bone density is mega. Like, that for me is really important because obviously I put my body through a lot. And I'm also happy that he said that my body fat percentage is lower than the average, but it's not dangerously low. So that's really good to know as well. Obviously, there are things with regards to my hormones, my periods going back and things like that, that if I'm in this state for a long period of time could be detrimental, but I don't continue to be this level of leanness for a long period of time that it's going to have that effect. And as I've mentioned in previous vlogs before, you know, we gradually increase my calories, my fats, and my periods do return. So there you have it. And that is my next meal, which I'm going to go and have now because I am quite hungry. So I'm going to close this video off here, guys. If you found this video at all informative, useful, interesting, has just given you something to think about, then drop a like, drop a comment, don't forget to subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video very, very soon. Bye, guys.